Don't let it touch literally anything else.
The love and care that the animals get over here is above and beyond.
Let's keep backing up here. Good.
Every time I see it, it just makes me sick to my stomach, and I really hope this ends soon.
The Tennessee Walking Horse Show is about to start. Everyone's getting ready down there.
Have a couple health certificates for animals that are getting adopted and going out of state. And then we have a horse that is a possible infectious upper respiratory infection. So we're gonna take a sample of that and probably sedate her and take a really close look. And then we've got a bunch of dentals for today. So we're gonna be busy. This is a fun one. This is when vets get to use other people's bodies so that they don't become a fomite, which is a name for something that can transmit disease. We're worried this horse might be infectious. And vet team has a lot of other horses to treat today, so Tawnee's agreed to step in and contaminate herself and then not treat other horses the rest of the day.
Not hang out with other horses, yes.
So Jenna's
sweating to death, that's what
Jenna's gonna be the vet today. Good girl. Good girl. Excellent work, Jenna.
This horse may have strangles. We do vaccinate against strangles, but we're being cautious. We're gonna do a test, and then this horse is going up to our intensive quarantine section. And this stall will be completely disinfected, and hopefully this is just a false alarm, but we're gonna take it seriously.
Is there one that's actually draining?
Yeah, it's wide open. So important part about culture collection, don't let it touch literally anything else, because even like air contaminants can give you a false reading. Something like E. coli can overgrow a lot of other stuff.
Do you want me to put it in there?
So that looks like it's a good inch deep.
Inch and a half, 2 inches almost. We good?
Yep.
Gonna flesh out the abscess, so she probably needs to be able to see.
I can get it in there.
It's like
Does
it's
it
probably
smell?
strangles. Yeah, I can smell it.
I still can't smell.
Oh, really?
Most things I can't smell.
It smells. There are things that have very specific smells.
Like I can randomly smell some things, but I almost wonder if my brain is playing tricks on me. Because if I expect something to smell, then I'm like, oh, I think I smell something. But then if like other people are like, gagging, I'm like, what's wrong? And they're like, it stinks. I'm like, oh, it does? And then my mind almost plays a little smell trick on me.
So we are suspicious of a disease called strangles. It's a bacterial infection with strep equi. It presents with malaise, a fever. Here's the scanner right here. But classically presents with really enlarged lymph nodes up underneath the neck. And sometimes those lymph nodes will abscess and drain. So unfortunately, we have those clinical signs present in this horse. She was vaccinated against this disease, as were all of her herd mates. So we're surprised that this is possible, but until we get a test to confirm that it is not, we need to assume worst case scenario and assume that it is, because it's very, very infectious. So thankfully, Horse Plus has really good protocols in place, and so all of the other animals that she's been in contact with have also been vaccinated, but we're gonna have to go back and recheck all of those dates and make sure nobody needs to be boosted or anything like that. This is not a disease, notably, that can affect humans, so we're not worried that we're gonna catch something ourselves. We're just worried that we could get some snot or nasal discharge or something like that on ourselves and then take it to another horse, which is why Casey and I are being pretty careful to kind of just hand stuff over and not cross-contaminate. And there will be no hugging of Jenna for the rest of the day.
Perfect, my dream come true.
Jenna, no hugs.
So we've just got the treatment done. We're gonna send off the test to find out for sure what she has going on. Hopefully it's not strangles, but we have great quarantine protocols and everything we'll be following. As soon as she wakes up a little bit, we'll move her out of this part of the facility to our intensive quarantine area, where she won't be able to come in contact with anybody, and then we'll wait for the test results.
Hey, girl.
I am going for upper left. So if possible, could the tongue come out the other side of the mouth? Yep. Beautiful. Oh, honey. Oh my goodness. Okay, ready?
They're so long.
Sneed has been really guarded about having her mouth messed with at all since she came. Even a little bit of sedation wasn't enough for us to do a really thorough look. So today, you can tell she's very groggy. We sedated her twice, and what we found was, and you couldn't see these with the naked eye, so this isn't something that like a previous owner would have missed or anything like that without a full vet exam. She has ulcers all along her cheeks, behind where her teeth had some sharp points. We were able to get those points sanded all really nice and smooth, and she got some really good pain control too as a part of that anesthetic protocol. So hopefully now that the sharp points are gone, those ulcers will heal and she'll be a lot more comfortable. And we're gonna take an x-ray too, because she's a little off on her right hind leg. We have a slab fracture, and you can see it in another view associated with this talus right here. However, joint spaces look okay. We're just gonna give you a little bit of some drugs. Whew. It's a very abnormal arcade. Keep going. Sharp points were present on all the arcades, on the buccal side of all 4 of the arcades. So I just reduced, like sanded the edges basically. Oh, we're very tired. Can I squeeze your lips a little bit? So we unfortunately had to give the last act of kindness to 2 horses this afternoon. One of them, Spice, was an older gelding who was very sweet. He'd colicked about 4 different times and had responded briefly to IV fluids and to pain medications, but had gone right back to kind of a chronic low-grade colic. And we weren't able to get him stabilized. And so, and then after we gave him the last act of kindness, we did a necropsy. And what we found was that he was in liver failure. So he had very profound icterus, which is when tissues are very yellowy orange. And we found masses. We haven't looked at the cells in those masses, so we can't 100% say that they were malignant, but the most likely etiology is a malignant type of cancer. There were masses present on the liver and the spleen, as well as all throughout the gastrointestinal tract. So poor Spice had been suffering for that for probably a really long time. We also had to give the last act of kindness to another mare named Cardamon. Cardamon was scheduled to have surgery to remove an eye, but unfortunately in that eye, we saw some really proliferative tissue that's very consistent with squamous cell carcinoma. It's a very common type of cancer that we see in horses. Cardamon also had lost weight and had really significant nasal discharge, and we were concerned about her ability to undergo surgery that she needed for her eye. So we're gonna do some diagnostics to confirm whether or not that mass actually was cancer, but she was given the last act of kindness, so she didn't suffer. You're a good boy. Gotta feel your teeth. Yeah. I know. He does have bilateral cataracts, but they're early, so not super concerned about vision loss. Yes. All right, Bubs. He looks great. Let's try to avoid clipping unnecessarily when we can avoid it. Sometimes winter coat makes finding a vein a little more complicated. I'm happy to sign his health cert. He should be good to go. He has great gut sounds. Dental palpation and jaw movement was normal. No discomfort on palpation of the spine. He's so cute. You're so cute. You look kind of naughty with your little pink lips. Yeah. Yeah. Said no thank you. All right, I did just stab you. That's fair. Oh, hi. Yes, hello. You think that I have cookies because that's what humans had in your life, aren't they? Yeah, hi. He's very handsome. Are you tasting all the things? Yes, you're very handsome. I mean, I could sedate him, but all I need is blood, and by the time I get a needle in a vein, I might as well just pull the blood anyway. Easy. Easy. Good boy. Here we go. Good boy. All right, all done. Yeah, you're a very good boy. No biting, okay? Hi. You kind of grumpy about that, huh? You're okay. Easy. Easy. Good boy. Little stick. Easy. Good boy. Good boy. Here we go. Very nice. Very good boy. He's okay. We just finished pulling blood for some Coggins tests on some horses that were surrendered here, and then did a health certificate on an adorable pony who's gonna go to a new home in another state.
So our adopter just showed up. This guy has adopted from us before. He adopted Tanner and Mystery, and we have gotten their updates and they're looking like they're doing amazing. They're both in training right now. So he's going to be looking at some of our larger horses, and he is going to be sending them into training as well.
So these are your two lovely candidates for today. This is Joey. He is an 8-year-old Tennessee Walker saddlebred mix, but he is unstarted. He is the sweeter one out of the two.
They're still going to need a lot of training.
And this one over here is Alfie. So he is a little bit smaller, but just as big. And we can take them both into the round pen. It's just whichever one you would like to see first. It's your preference.
This one.
Got it. Come on, Goober.
And I'm sorry, what was he? Was he both of them's walking horses?
Yes, sir. They're Tennessee Walker saddlebred mixes.
Okay.
So he predominantly gaits most of the time, even out in the pasture. He's the one that walks and gaits at the same time. He's just a mystery over there.
Don't be looking over there like with your eyes down. Yeah.
Okay, so I am gonna bother you because we do take adoption pictures. I'm gonna ask you to lead him over there to the corner.
They'd rather have one that's never been started versus one that has.
He is taking Joey.
I've been watching this organization for several years, and the love and care that the animals get over here is above and beyond what you could see anywhere else. And we've just adopted 2 back in August that turned out to be incredibly exceptional horses, and we was looking for a 3rd one and come back here because we knew the degree that they're taken care of and the history that they go through medically before they're released to be adopted out. And We have had incredible success obtaining excellent animals.
So Joey's adopter just left, but he will be here later this week to pick him up.
So this is Winnie here. Winnie came to us as a shelter transfer from, I believe, Florida. When we first got her, you couldn't really get up to her. We had to put her in the chute just to do anything with her. She lets me get her caught now, but it does take a little bit. It's kind of what I've been working on with her. So to start off, I'm just gonna work on getting her attention. When she turns into me like that, I'm gonna not put any pressure, but as she's leaving, that's when I'm gonna put the pressure on. I'll get right back in here behind her. But if she turns into me like that, I'll give her that break. Now, if she does turn away from me, I will put pressure on to send her back off the other way. So let's keep backing up here. Good. We'll see if I can't get her to come all the way up to me. If she wants to keep going, we'll just keep her going. Making the right things easy and the wrong things difficult. So if she wants to leave, I'm gonna make it a little more difficult for her. If she wants to turn her head in and stay for a minute, I'll make it really easy for her. Come over here, give her a big break. And she's off again. This does take a long time to accomplish. You can't expect to come in the round pen and get it done in a day. Good. Good. I'm gonna walk away right there. She might follow me for a little bit. And if she's doing this, I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm gonna let her follow me around for a little bit. Turned away, I didn't want her to turn her butt towards me, so I'll get her moving back this way. We'll just give her a quick break right there. Let her catch her breath for a minute and think about all this. This is where horses do most of their learning, is when you give them their break. Let them think about what they just did. And let them think about when you took the pressure off. Right there, she's licking and chewing. That's what I'm looking for. I'll walk away again for a minute. Let's hang out. Good girl. She's got her ears forward a little bit, so I'll hang out here a little bit longer. I might even work on touching her a little bit here. So you're getting a little uncomfortable, I'll come right back up here. Go again. She's standing this a little bit better. She's calling out to her friends now. So I'm gonna end on that good note, and hopefully next time I bring her out, which will be Wednesday, she'll be doing a little bit better. That's it for Winnie. Come on, sweetie.
helping a organization out that needs some extra stuff, and we have a overflowing amount of amazing items that we're not using, so we're sending them on. We did get a lot of Gorilla Tape when we had Delente, and this organization gets horses that need their feet wrapped with Gorilla Tape too. So we're saving a lot of our Gorilla Tape, but we are going to give them some. So we
Oh my, you can never have enough of this. Oh wow. Oh, that is the pulse. That's the clay. Yeah, because with art, you know, you guys know abscesses are like, they feel like they're chronic. Check this stuff out. Reese's like, I don't know.
Hey, that Gorilla Tape is awesome. I know what that
Gorilla Tape is awesome.
I know what that does.
Oh wow, we got, man, this is amazing.
This is Cinchill. This is an amazing product for horses that are stressed. This organization does sponsor us, and I'd love for you to try out their products. When we were at auction, you know, we get stuff donated and we're like, yeah, we'll try it. And we gave all the horses Cinchill, and we were having a different person come load the horses that day because we had rescued so many. And he went in the pen, he's like, come on, shoo, ha! And the horses kind of looked at him and they're like, what's wrong with these horses? I'm like, this stuff works.
This stuff works.
And so if you can take the edge off of their stress level in a rescue, it's important. But
Awesome.
Cinchill by Nutra, it's an amazing product.
I'll look forward to trying that out. Thank you. I could just, this is amazing. It really is. You guys are, I mean,
We're always happy to help in any way we can.
because we, you know, yeah, we have a couple that are always a little, they could probably benefit from something. Especially farrier. Have you used it with
You
the
can
farrier?
use it with farriers, you can use it for all kinds. Just give them like half an hour beforehand, let them kind of just relax. It just helps take the edge off.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I mean, this is amazing.
About 5.
You guys are a blessing. Yes. Hi, I'm Tanja Wilkes. I am the founder and Vice President of Serendipity Farm and Rescue in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we've actually been a recipient of a few of the grants, Last Act of Kindness and an emergency needs grant through Horse Plus. And we got to come up here today, and we have been gifted so many items, and we're so very excited to just be here. I mean, because I personally have been watching you guys for years, and I feel like we won the lottery. It's like going to Disneyland today. So we've got some things we needed, like blankets for the winter, a new saddle, and medical supplies, and it was just a total blessing. And we are so grateful for you guys and everything that you do, especially your mentorship and the work you do to help the community as well. So thanks for having us, and we look forward to coming back up soon.
I'm David, and I'm a stable hand here at Horse Plus. Start of every morning, I feed all the horses here, and I just make sure they have hay, everything that they would need, water, and then I'm responsible for making sure everything in the environment is clean and it looks perfect for the people that are visiting and the horses to be healthy and safe. So I was looking for a job, and I love interacting with the animals, the horses, and we also get a few dogs here, and they're all really nice and sweet. I also like the environment with the staff, you know, it's very friendly and connected. I love seeing how the horses come in a very bad shape many times, you know, very starved, very deprived of food and everything, and you can nourish them back to health, you know, as I feed them every day, and then after a while you start seeing progress, you start seeing some horses healthier and more energetic, more friendly around the other horses, and it's just nice to see them come back to their natural state.
So Joey's adopters just got here and they're here to pick him up.
So we had a horse that we thought could possibly have strangles based on the symptoms. We did send out a test and it was positive. We do have a couple others that have strangles as well, but thankfully we have a really good setup for quarantine. So those horses are quarantining away from everybody else, and we are managing it and disinfecting everything well. So it'll take a couple weeks to get through this, but luckily everyone is doing so well in the recovery.
Today we're headed to Mississippi. There's going to be a great big congregation of Big Lick people coming together, and they're basically trying to get a defense fund together because the pressure is on to end Big Lick, and they don't want it to end. And so at this show, they're all coming together. They're gonna have their lunches. They're gonna have it's just a congregation of these people who like this artificial look on horses, and we are gonna go there and try to be the voice for these horses and raise awareness about this situation. So it's gonna be a long road trip today, but it'll be worth it because it's for the horses.
I have been in 3 or 4 protests now, and I've actually gone in and seen the show, and I've got footage for the cause. Every time I see it, it just makes me sick to my stomach, and I really hope this ends soon.
This is a stack, and this was actually on a horse that I rescued out of the slaughter pipeline. And these stacks are very heavy. Horses have their hoof in this. They actually put this over the top and hold the hoof down. And then they'll put either a chain or one of these rollers around their pasterns, and they soar them. So they put chemicals on their pasterns. When the chain is on their pastern, when they're reaching up their hoof and their leg, the chain hits that sored part of their leg, and it causes them to flinch as if you touched a hot stove and you flinched. And then with this heavy stack and the chains, you get that artificial look. And so that look is only achieved through abuse and suffering, and it needs to end. And that's why we're here today.
We are out here to stop horse abuse and stop big lickers from abusing horses.
We're here in Tunica, Mississippi, and we're protesting the Big Lick.
Big lick, big lie! Big lick, big lie! We don't want people coming to a Big Lick show, so this is great. If their attendance is like down low, that's a good thing. And we're doing our job if that's what happens.
The Tennessee Walking Horse Show is about to start. Everyone's getting ready down there. There are tables lining the arena, and those are tables that are very expensive to sit at. But this whole event is trying to raise money for a legal defense fund so they can fight the efforts that are going into stopping the Big Lick. And we all need your voices to share what's happening and what's going on. And we need this to end. And we want these horses to be shown for their natural abilities, not an artificial gait. If they cut out all the torture that these horses endured and showed them for their natural abilities, people would want to come and support it, and should support it if they're being shown for their natural abilities. The torture that's happening at so many Big Lick barns has got to end, and it can only end with your help in pushing laws through to make it end. And that's what we're here, is hoping to raise awareness. The outfits you see the riders wearing are extremely expensive. Anything involved with this level of showing performance Tennessee walking horses is money, 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 and that's why this still happens. We want this to end. We want the abuse to end with these horses. You're gonna see very young horses, like 2-year-olds out here doing this artificial gait, and their tendons and bones and joints aren't even developed yet. But they're showing them doing this very exaggerated artificial gait that horses are not meant to do. And this is how they should be showing them. Their natural ability not the artificial look with the stacks and the chains. And horses just aren't made to walk or perform in this manner. It's not good for their bones, their joints, their tendons, but it's all just an artificial look that the judges are wanting. That does not look like a happy horse.
All the remarks now at a flat ball.
So we're gonna be heading back to the shelter. It's about a 3.5 hour drive. It's already late and we're already tired, but we're gonna do what we can. There's more big lick horses coming in, but we can only do as much as we can do to document this, and hopefully someday we won't see these horses being shown in stacks and chains.
It's 7 o'clock and it doesn't seem late, but it's a 3.5 hour drive back to the shelter, and then everybody has to go home from there.
Yes, but it's extremely important to show what's happening and put it in the forefront that this abuse is happening. This artificial gait is only achieved by abuse. And even though that meant almost what, how many hours of driving? 7 hours. 7 hours of driving today, that we are able to show what's happening and be the voice for these horses, because they won't have a voice. And we find so many of them thrown away in the slaughter pipeline. It's just devastating. But hopefully this will end. And until it does, we will keep being the voice for these horses, even though it's uncomfortable being in a crowd where everyone basically there doesn't like you. But there was a young man who came up and he said, "I love your TV show. I watch it on YouTube." I'm like, that right there is why we're doing this TV show, why we're educating people,
and
why we're here. It is changing the realization that there's other things you can do with horses. For somebody growing up in this industry, it may seem normal, but if he's watching our TV show, he'll see a different side. And we support showing horses for their natural abilities flat shod. We don't support showing horses with an artificial gait that's only achieved through abuse and suffering, and depriving horses from their natural abilities. But we gotta go. It's a long drive back.
It really is.
It is. It's gonna be a long night.